almost every year when I do these 100-mile rides, and I go at someone else's pace, especially my cousins, then it only makes me want to go do one on my own the next week, do it a little faster. And then I just end up
myself
going too far. Then it ends up being less of a fun ride at the end.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. It's Friday. Rick, Gerrie, and I, we've all got that Friday feeling. We're all doing...
Oh, yes.
Well, I don't know whether yours is a fairly easy workout or not, Rick. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was supposed to be. It's all green, but it's definitely high green.
All right,
Should be easier than everything
go on
else.
the road.
The only problem with this Friday, though, is I
Rick.
can't see your Friday face.
Can't see my Friday face. No,
Yeah.
let me fix that for you. There you go.
Ah,
now you
There
can.
it is.
There we go. It's Andy.
Peekaboo.
Ooh. Yeah, this week I've been one day ahead on where my what do they call it, the activity or whatever numbers are for the week, or for where I was last week. So gradually, as each day comes, I feel a little more foggy. Today is the foggiest of all the days yet. I should wake up here pretty soon, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you have a couple of days off.
Oh, thanks.
Morning, Heidi. How was that, Grace? That's too early for Grace yet, isn't it? Morning, Heidi.
What? Did you hear a noise?
No. No, I saw you looking at someone and talking to them.
Oh no, I was looking at the thermometer.
Ah,
See what the temperature in here is.
you
No,
see,
she
we
doesn't
call
get up
those
this early.
thermometers now.
Ah,
There's a guy this is back when I was in Barrow. There's a guy on his dinner break, he'd always do a crossword in the newspaper. And the clue was thermometer. So he looks across the table at his friend and he says, "What's a thermometer?" So we got a bit of ribbing for that. Same guy, another instance. You know how sometimes when you do crosswords, you can finish a few other clues and it spells another word. It gives you an answer to you might do a few down ones and it'll give you an across one automatically because you filled all the boxes. Well, he did just that, and the clue was female sheep. What's a female sheep?
a U.
There you go. Guess what he said?
Ah,
he
ew.
looked across the table and he said, "What's an iwi?"
Nice.
So from that point on, he was known as Iwi.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that was yes. Yeah, and you've heard my story of my coworker Craig when he first started out with us, and I had him writing things down on the whiteboard, and we needed a new end nozzle for our hose. So he went and wrote it down, and later on I looked at it and he had put a K. And I was like, "What's this, Craig? Are the nozzle supposed to get nozzles?" he was like, "Yeah, like a knife." And I was like, "Ah, yes, very good, very good." Now he's the brewery operations manager. Or the general manager, I guess you could say, of the whole brewery.
Yeah, in all my emails that I sent to him, I had to be putting K's in front of every single N.
Oh yeah, everything always has a K in front of it now. If it has, if it's anywhere that starts with an N.
I was giving my team leader a really hard time in chat one day last week, and I said, I guess I'm feeling really sassy today. Her reply was, I'd be worried if you weren't. Yeah, she'd be like, all right, who are you and what did you do with Andy? Yeah, so on the way down to Milwaukee yesterday, I was probably about 20 minutes away from Milwaukee, and chunk of something hit the car windshield. We've now got a car windshield to replace.
Oop. Is it too big of a crack for safe light repair, safe light replace?
Well, Safe Light will be replacing it, but yeah, I mean it's a 2-inch bullseye, and then there's
Yeah. Oh wow.
these spider cracks coming out from that, one of which is now about 18 inches long.
That progressed fast.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't grown any overnight.
Owen.
Hey there, Owen. Yeah, what are you doing on Facebook?
Good morning, Owen.
For the ride on?
Thanks for that.
I didn't get it right on.
Oh, thank you, Rick. Of course. I bet you. Just your cricket here.
Huh.
There you go.
Thanks.
Huh. Well, I've got it open, so I know Twitch is working for me.
I have it open, but not in the app.
Yeah, me too. Let me try it on my phone.
Yes, that's the keyword. When you have time and care. It's when those two intersect that it will be the perfect time to reinstall.
Yep, screen's working for me.
Thanks, Gerrie.
Is that?
You
Is
still
this
have your
wait a second.
25K to get on it.
Oh, and is this a? It's not you, it's me. Moment.
So there was one point in your naturalization ceremony yesterday where the judge was saying the required things, but they sound awfully angry towards your home country. You know, there's a lot of swearing to essentially just forget and feel nothing for your previous country, and now put it all into the U.S. And I was like, well, geez, that seems a little strong.
So I already mentioned that we've not even walked into the courtroom, and Faith's saying, "Daddy, do you think I've got time to go to the bathroom?" So we're sat there, and at the start of it, this is telling us a story. If you watch from the start and hear the story about the emergency in the courtroom.
No.
Okay, so he tells a story. Forsaking all of us. He tells a story that the assistant of the court comes running into the judge's chambers. "We caught an emergency in the courtroom." "What do you mean emergency?" Well, long story short, this woman had gone into labour.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't a friend or family. It was someone who was going to be receiving naturalisation.
Oh, wow.
So they said, "Well, call an ambulance, get her off to hospital, whatever." And
Did they do a rush ceremony?
And the court assistant said, "Well, that's just it. She's refusing to go until she's been naturalised."
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
yeah, they took her to one side and they naturalised her before she went to hospital. So he said,
Nice.
"So
Oh,
just
wow.
to make sure, is there anybody else that's in any kind of similar emergency?" And
And everybody's hands went up.
I was tempted to say, "Well, you need to go to the bathroom, don't you, Faith?" But I didn't want to remind her.
Oh, yeah.
No, a kid would be a citizen anyway, and it's a birthright. So even if parents aren't a citizen, if they're born here, they're a citizen. Hey up, Ben. How's the beast? I had to go to the post office yesterday to drop off another letter to send to the UK passport office for Hope passport. I did that, and while I was there, I picked up some passport application forms.
I do have
the Social Security Administration
Okay.
building today. Yeah, that's sorted out. We're both registered to vote already.
Nice.
You're going a bit fast then, Ben.
Yeah, I had to do some sprinty bits there for a moment.
Yeah, I know. I saw some red bits. Oh, you get a chance to do 6
Oh,
sprinty
done
bits
now.
on the ebb. What's the finish?
Ugh.
Well, the last one will be.
Hopefully by the time I get there, I'll be more in the mood for it. Whew. But yeah, so this is kind of like a bear in the woods kind of thing. But if someone were to cross the border who's not a citizen of the US and had a baby right across the border and no one was there to see it, would that child still be a citizen?
It's just like if a tree in the wood fell, would it make a noise?
Exactly. Or yeah, I was doing the bear analogy,
And
but
there
yeah,
was no
I guess
one there.
there's a tree analogy there. I guess the bear one's different. That one goes differently. That one's just a question, straight question.
So what did Owen say? And oh no, Ben. So Ben, here's a fun story for you. So a couple of weeks before I moved over here, back in 2007, and British gas man knocks at my door. I open the door. I'm thinking, This should be fun. British Gas man says, good evening, sir. I'm such and such a person from British Gas. Could I ask who supplies your energy at the moment? I look at him, I said, power gen. Wow, well, we can save you so much over gas and electricity. I said, look, I can save you some time here. We're moving. Oh, well, I'm sure we can help you out where you're moving to as well, sir. I said, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we've got all of the UK covered. I said, I'm sure you do. But you can't help me where I'm going. Where are you moving to, sir? Wisconsin. And in a cheery voice and a nice big smile on his face, he said, okay, thank you, have a good evening. And as he turned away, he's probably muttering under his breath. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I've told it a few times. I had fun with British Telecom and Sky as well when I called them to cancel similar kind of conversations. Well, I guess it depends which end of it was, or which part of it was. I don't know. Are you going to have a dual national if it's kind of halfway across the border when it's born? I don't know.
That's the thing. At which point does citizenship start?
Is it just the legs? Is it the head? Is it the left side, the right side? I guess that could be one way of deciding, which political organisation you aspire to support. If it's the left side or the right side that's born in the US. Not that I'm wanting to start a political discussion here, but
I was watching and Grace came out pretty straight down the middle, so you should be okay. But yeah, I know a few people that I think came out a little too much on the right or a little too much left side.
I think we all know a few of those. Yeah,
it's about which end you come out Superman style. Just ah!
In fact, some of us, Rick, might be married to something like that. I'm not saying who. Anyway, let's change the subject here. Good morning, Bernie. Bernard. Whatever. Yeah.
I think he's Bernard now.
No. Nope. As I was told in my oath ceremony yesterday, no, don't forget my heritage. So I'll continue to call him Bernard.
I did fast forward past that part. Yeah, I wanted to watch it live because there's something about watching stuff live that's better. But
yes.
Then by the time that the chaos of the morning was over, I was like, oh, well, now I just get to fast forward.
Well, you've got to string them along a little bit then. You could say that my provider's KMA. And because the longer you string them along, the less time they've got to bother somebody else. So,
oh yes.
So you're doing everybody else a favour when you string them along a bit.
Okay, guys, that's it for me.
Well,
my back doesn't like this.
All right. Well, I'll let you get off the bike, but continue to listen to this story. So
okay.
There's somebody local here who, and we also need to know what you're going to have for breakfast, Gerrie, before you go. But I'll finish the story first. So there's a couple that must be local to me that are closing on the purchase of a house or some property or something. and they must have written their phone number down in a way that it was easily confusable with another number. So I've had at least half a dozen phone calls asking if I can make such and such a time to sign for the closing. So I was actually kind of tempted to go along to see if I could sign for some land that and win something that really didn't belong to me. But I might have got a little bit frustrated with the last caller. Anyway, what are you having for breakfast today, Gerrie? The world wants to know.
Eggs again.
Eggs. Can't beat eggs. Well, you can, but oh dear.
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, you have
All right,
fun.
Gerrie. Yeah. Hopefully it's getting better over the weekend.
Hopefully, I can extend it a bit longer.
Yep.
I'll go to the chiropractor again today. See
But,
what he can do for me.
Glad you were able to ride with us at least a little this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, but
Always good to chat.
a bit is better than nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, regards to the family and have a good weekend.
Okay, you two guys. Bye, Owen.
Bye.
Bye, Ben.
Later.
Wow, this workout's hard for me right now. My legs are definitely not happy with it.
Yeah, I see you on. We this is the same thing as what happened the other day. You know, something came up and we both went the same place in the responses. We think two alike. That's kind of scary, that, isn't it, for both of us?
Wow. Tomorrow's definitely a rest day. Unless if somehow my cousin makes a plan to go for a little ride.
Like I said, the same thing, Owen. So I was telling Gerrie and Rick before we went live that I had a good eBay experience. So I've made off some new end connectors I made off some end connectors on Heliax cable the other day. And this Heliax, it's half-inch Heliax, but when it measures 3/4 of an inch across on the outside. It's the diameter of the shield that it's measured by. Whoever owned these two lumps of Heliax cable before me didn't do a very good job of making the ends off. They weren't done properly, so I've got two lumps of coax, 40 feet long a piece. I took the ends off one end and remade them. I didn't have any instructions for this particular model of plug, so I'll tell you that story later. So when I found someone selling exactly the same plugs on eBay, together with a photograph of the installation instructions on the auction or on the listing, I took a photograph of that and printed it out so I had the instructions. So I was following these instructions to make the ends off, and they're actually quite easy to put on. But I thought, well, I'm going to be cutting this cable, so I'm going to need some more plugs. So I'd added his listing to my watch list, and within minutes of me doing that, I received an offer from him. So instead of them being $13 a piece, he offered me one connector at $11. I mean, sweet, thank you. I was going to buy them at 13, but it was only an offer for one, so I ordered one at $11 and then one at 13. All the box arrived yesterday. I got it out of my mailbox, and I'm thinking this feels a bit heavy for two ends, but no. So I open it up, and there's a note on top of it that says, "I included a couple of extras for you. Hope you can use them." So I got 4 connectors for the price of 2. So I sent him a private message saying thank you, and positive feedback. So the The other route, I haven't done anything yet. I haven't decided how to deal with that one. But I have noticed that his new listing at the higher price hasn't had any bids, and it ends in a couple of days, so we could have sold it. But the Router saga continues. So on Tuesday, I decided, right, okay, I'm not messing around with this guy anymore. Found another auction. This one included 2 power supplies, mounting brackets and everything. So we'll go with that one. So I paid the money, it was right now. And it wasn't very long before I had a tracking number. And I looked on the following morning, Wednesday morning, and found that it was due to be delivered on Wednesday. I was like, great, wow. I looked and it was coming from Chicago, so only 180 miles away. Anyway, turns up. Wednesday morning, in between the workout on the Divas, I'd already removed my old router from the rack, so ready to go in. So I unbox the thing, and I look on the front of it, and it says 2900. That's not right. I ordered a 3945, so it should say 3900. Even when I got the box, I'm thinking it's a bit light. 3945s are a bigger box, so I've received the wrong router. So seller's been in contact with me, so hopefully we'll get that sorted out. How I'm going to get this 2911 back to him, I don't know, because I'm not paying for shipping. Not for their mistake. I know, Rowan, right? I'm actually tempted, because it's not going to be sorted out now until next week, I guess. I'm tempted to set the 2911 up in my rack temporarily, because I need something. I need my node working. And with the firewall in at the moment, I can't do that. It'd actually be interesting to see what throughput I could get out of the 2911. It might even be enough, but still, it's not what I ordered. And I know the 3945's more powerful, so. Did that guy ahead of us just come out of the tunnel? What's he doing?
Just riding into the wall.
Here he is again.
Oh, yeah, you saw him in a different spot than me. Yeah, according to my screen, he was riding up against the wall, pedaling, but not going anywhere.
Alright, let's look at what Ben's been doing. Keeping this green bit as blue as I can right now.
Mine's all unfortunately yellow and green.
Yeah, so is yours sorted yet, Owen? Andy says hi to Des and Dylan. Woof!
Oh, man.
So, can't remember who I was talking to now. about telecoms providers. You know, in the field that I've been in, I've dealt with a few. Many more than I'd like to, really, and I mean, I don't mean to be negative, but there isn't a good one out of them all. There's definitely a best of the bad bunch, but
That's like the king of turtle.
Nick! Good morning, Nick. How we doing, buddy?
Hey, Nick.
Yeah, I had to look at the clock then and make sure it is still morning.
Whew. Yeah, I think we're still good, right?
Yes. Yeah, for another 34 minutes.
This is torture today. Yesterday's workout did me over. That one was crazy. That one was wear you down and make you do VO2s at the end.
You're keeping on, awesome. So you missed my the fun that I had yesterday, Nick. I became a US citizen yesterday. Went down to Milwaukee for my oath ceremony. My neighbours decorated my yard. I've got US flags all over it. I wouldn't expect anything different from you, Nick. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Absolutely, Nick. You can take the boy out of Britain, but not the Britain out of the boy. I still like my salt and vinegar crisps, and they're not chips, they're crisps.
Me too.
And my pickled onion monster munch.
I don't know about that one, but definitely a salt and vinegar crisp, as you say.
And I will still use my Worcester sauce in my cooking. And make my mushy peas.
Straight out of Worcester, Mass.
Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, it was a very meaningful event. It was live streamed. So, my mum and dad got to watch it, my parents. But at the end of it, the camera was still live, and as we were all being filing out of the room, and the Faith and I are still sat down there, I sent my mum a text message. I said, this wave's for you, and both me and Faith kind of did a little wave at the camera.
What's that? Oh, in Worcestershire? Worcestershire?
Yeah, I can't pronounce those anymore, Owen. Leicestershire, isn't it? Leicestershire, sorry, I've got to say it's Shire. I failed the first attempt there.
I've always just thought it was Worcestershire.
And Amblesedy, that's in that Lake District.
So is it Leicestershire then?
It is Leicestershire, yes. Yeah, I told the story on Wednesday, Nick. Friend of mine, a couple of Americans came up to him. It was in Coniston, and they asked him how to get to Amblesedy. And my friend says, Amblesedy? Amblesedy? Oh, Amblesedy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you go that way.
I thought you guys were just naming off towns in New England.
Well, have you got an Unblessed in New England?
No, we don't have one of those. Well, maybe. You never know. Not that I've heard of.
Let's have a
Definitely a
look, see if we've
Scarborough.
got an Unblessed.
Definitely a Worcester. Definitely a Leicester. I bet we don't, though.
I'm not finding one. I just did a quick search for Unblessed and I just found it in the UK, that's all.
Yeah. We even have a Bangor.
Didn't we have a lovely time the day we went to Bangor?
I've never been, but I've heard that I would have a lovely time if I go there.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I'm actually here, having a lovely time.
Oh, I was wondering if it was the lovely time bit or whether you were there.
Both.
What are you doing now, Nick? You changed job? How this late? Yes. So you switch jobs, what are you doing? Are you climbing the towers now? Putting the fires out? I was up our water tower about a month ago now. Had to remove all the antennas.
Carlisle?
Yeah, it would be
Is
Carlisle.
that Carlisle or something? That's great.
Ooh! He's had a promotion, he's a mangler now. A scheduling mangler.
I feel like most of these towns can be found in the US and they're spelled the same way, or pronounced the same way. But I think there's this idea in the American mind that when you go, things must be pronounced differently. So then you try to dress up the name as much as possible and it just ends up being wrong.
Either that or you use a completely different word for it.
Yeah.
I've mentioned Fawcett a few times, so I'll have to think of another one. Birmingham! I used to
Yeah, I was watching.
I used to use the A50 to get from the M1 to the M6 so that I could avoid Birmingham. It cut an hour off my journey despite it being a longer route.
I did watch a YouTube video of New England names that are pronounced completely different, or pronounced completely differently in the rest of the US or something like that. That was entertaining. It was just essentially showing town names and then having people from the rest of the states trying to guess what it's called. And of course, like with Leicester, it was Leicester and Worcester. But then when they learn Worcester, then all of a sudden you see Dorchester and it's like, Duster? No.
So with a 50% pay increase, you can afford to pay your Zwift subscription again then, eh? We start adding you to the invite for this if you want.
Oh, I don't want to do it again. I'm going to be excited when this is over.
Yeah, because then you get to ride the ebb.
Yeah. That's going to be an in the moment decision without. Sometimes I can find a little energy boost towards the end.
Well, you're going to have to, because we've got the Rick cam. We can't, unless I follow the women today. We'll see how many women there are. We might have a women's race cam.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Have an Angela cam. We'll see. I know you've heard that as well before, haven't you, Owen? I'm not racing today. Oh look, there's a race.
Oh look, everybody's going fast. I think I'll follow it and see what happens. Mimi is signed up. No Angela yet. Whew. This is my second to last set.
Nice, Nick. Let us know what you think of it. Nick's getting a walk bike. Hello, Nick. I'm a little disappointed that it's not rollers. Yeah, yes, said no one ever, Owen. Yeah, me too, Nick, me too. So we're going into the courtroom yesterday and is my hair okay? Yeah, is mine okay?
You were definitely easy to spot on the camera.
Well, you have to put your sunglasses on.
I didn't even have to do a scan. I was just like, oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, so the visitors were sat in the area behind, and there were too many visitors. So there's kind of an overflow room that they've got to watch the proceedings from the camera view. So Yolanda, Hope, and a good friend of mine, Mike, were there. Fortunately, they got to sit in the room. They didn't. They weren't asked to go to the overflow room. Really nice building, the courthouse. Wish I had a little bit more time to look around it. It was a very nice building.
I bet it was built from beer money.
I don't know whether I want to go through this one again. I'm struggling this morning.
That's how I feel. But when I know the next one's the last one, it'll be a little easier. The tough one was when I still had 3 left. Yeah, she's just doing like, I don't even get how this is cadence adjustment, but, well, I mean, guess I get it, but whew, each time the power goes down, cadence goes up.
Well, it's not doing anything to my head, Owen, it's my legs. You use your head to push your pedals around or something.
The one I hate is all the other workouts I did this week.
I mean, I've heard of a hand bike, but a head bike?
This would have been an amazing workout on Monday. I would have loved it.
brings a whole new meaning to saying, telling someone to use the head. Just catch on. Hit and pending. Yeah. Go to the Social Security Administration today with Faith and sort that bit out, and leave it a few days, and then go to the DMV and sort that bit out. And then when we've got that done, we can apply for our passports.
Nice. Where's the closest federal building?
Federal building for what?
You have to go to.
Passport?
You have to go to. Well, yeah, for passports
Post office.
and Social Security, actually.
Well, we've got a Social
yeah,
Security
that's right.
Administration building in Appleton.
I was gonna say you can. You can just go to the post office, can't you? Yeah, we used to have it here where the post office was in the federal building, and now the post office is in its own place. But
Yeah. So when I apply for that, I'll wave goodbye to my naturalization certificate that I've only just got, and hope it comes back.
last one.
So because we couldn't go to Canada in July due to my passport for Hope's passport expiring, Yolanda said for her birthday she wants to go to Canada. I said, we're not going to be able to. She said, why not? I said, because Faith and I aren't going to have our green cards anymore. Well, so you're going to have your UK passports? I said, yes, we're going to have our UK passports, but without any proof of being US citizens, we aren't going to be able to get back in the country. We'd have to go through the visitor process, the visa waiver. So we're not going to Canada for Yolanda's birthday. We won't have passports in time, unless we expedite them. I know.
Yeah, now I guess essentially post offices are anywhere where there's a FedEx or a UPS store. That package I sent you, I went into a UPS store, and then the cheapest version option was post office. So I was like, huh, okay. I could have just driven down the road to the post office, but instead, I went a few more miles to a UPS store.
I don't see the problem there, Owen, because you know, you can mail your stuff and you get a meal. Bog off. Well, it's not really a bog off. Good for the price of one in travel terms, though.
That works out though if you like have leftovers and you don't want to have to carry them around while you're doing some chopping. You can just mail them to your house.
Hey, Fernando. Thanks for dropping in. Good morning to you. Happy Friday.
Oh.
How much of your workouts left, Rick, time-wise?
9.5 minutes.
Okay. Right, so we'll get an opportunity for the zoomies. I'm gonna try and finish this workout. I'm just doing the bare minimum again. Thanks, Fernando. Hey, how come you've got a sprint jersey?
Yeah. I'm guessing it's because I went the fastest through a sprint section.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I didn't realise that's how it works. Because, hey, you can fall out with people, you know, Nick.
Wow, I feel like my calf wants to cramp up. That doesn't usually happen.
Mine, it depends which leg. My left leg, since the blood clot is, I get some really, really bad and painful cramps in that leg. Well, my the exercise facility in work's been closed for this week, so I will be able to swim again next week. See if I can remember how to do freestyle. Oh, right.
Maybe you'll be better.
I don't think so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's where it happens too, is hiking.
Yeah, I used compression socks towards the end of the blood clot disappearing. I'm assuming it has. Doctor seems to think so, but it was just that swollen that skin was tight, and I didn't like that feeling, so I wore a compression sock just on my left leg.
Yeah, when I hiked Mount Katahdin, is the highest mountain in Maine. That would have been a good time for some compression socks. It's a very, I think it was like 12 miles altogether, right around there, and very technical climbing. mountain.
Or did you have
Like
to
a
do
mountain
math
that
or
isn't
something
that-
while you were climbing it?
Yeah, yes, of course. And yeah, there's I guess a lot of people who go and who have climbed a lot of like the 10,000 footers that are on the west coast and stuff, and that compared to some of them, Katahdin's just as hard because it's a very weird mountain. And there's something about it's the topography in the area where the weather is so extreme.
Yeah, that's a big word for this time of day.
It's almost 7 here. It's
That's
too
a big
early
word for this
Central
time of day.
Yes.
I guess you must have had a couple of cups of tea by now then, to be able to say something like that.
Those kind of words don't come out until shift beers. So yeah, so usually
I'm
not
sure
until
you've
like
never
10 a.m.
described a beer as being very topographical.
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody looks at me like, "What are you even talking about?" But yeah, I've done it. But
Nice one, Nick. I've missed you, Nick.
oh, I'm so happy this is over. This is the workout that I looked at where I'm like, okay, number 5 workout for the week is going to be essentially the rest day. And man, and then I looked at it this morning and I was like, that doesn't look like resting anymore. It still looks like a lot of work.
All right, well, when I get to
It
the
just filled me up.
5-minute cool down on this, I'll exit the workout. We can exit the meetup and try zoomies. So that's 5 minutes and I'll just do 105 watts. So you've got a treat coming up, Nick. So Swift has added this coffee break feature. And in the first 5 minutes of a ride, you get to use it for 30 seconds. The first 30 minutes of a ride, sorry, you get to use it for 30 seconds. So, you know, if you forgot to turn the fan on or something like that, you engage the coffee break and it'll keep you with the group. After the first 30 minutes, you get a 3-minute coffee break. So, you know, you can get off and fill a bottle up or something like that. And it keeps you with the group. So, Gerrie and I one morning decided that we wanted to see what would happen if you both took a coffee break together. Let's just say fun things happen if you catch it right.
Yeah, most of the time.
We've had
It's either extremely disappointing or extremely fun.
we've had over 650 kilometers an hour.
Still have yet to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, we haven't broken the sound barrier yet.
Usually,
We've had the,
we
we've
always
had the cone of
separate.
shame a couple of times.
The best part
Yeah.
is when there's people, and I still want to see. I mean, we have to set that up sometime where somehow we can either get someone ahead or something.
It's not a photo and it's
And-
a feature. I mean, how else
and
can you
just
go
have it
600
see.
kilometers an hour?
It was in order. I think that Zwift came up with it as a way to keep subscriptions. I was getting ready to change, and then I found this new feature, and I was like, "Oh, I'm staying. Zwift is where it's at." I don't see anybody going 450 miles per hour on RGP.
Or in Velo.
What do I have next week? Ooh, next week I have 2.5 hour long workouts.
Yeah, we talked about that one, Nick. I haven't thrown the Alpina. Actually, it would be really fun to try it on the Alp, Rick. If we did it when we were coming down, especially.
Yeah, maybe then we'd actually hit the speed of sound.
Hand bikes
The only,
on the
the
Alp
only problem is I feel
with a meetup.
yes. Ooh, I got in one under the projected TSS. 59 TSS.
Oh,
It's
come on.
projected to
Get
be
your finger
60.
out.
That's good. See, I'm getting good at conserving energy, right?
And then Nick says, put it in the diary.
It's hard to tell once we get up to full speed, but it almost seems like the corners are what split us apart eventually and make us come to a slowdown.
Yeah, and there's one or two of those on the Alp, isn't there?
Yeah,
And we'd have to be
but
going
it's hard to
fast
tell
enough.
because you start
We'd have to be
hitting
going
them
fast
so
enough.
fast there.
Right, again, we'd have to go fast enough that we didn't latch onto anybody else as we were going down as well.
Yeah.
So what happened when we came up across that pace partner in the group the other day? Well, I've got 7.5 minutes at 200 watts, and then we can do the zoomies.
Next week's going to be a rough week. Every workout is designed to destroy. Wow. Holy, yep. Next week's going to be insane. And then I think next week is my 100-mile ride. So I'll probably have to use my 100-mile ride as a rest ride. Active recovery.
Hold on, bring it back.
Oh, I got some more ice cream scoop waffles yesterday.
Nice.
You've missed this, haven't you,
That
Nick?
sounds good.
Walmart have ice cream sandwiches with a difference. They now have little scoop waffles either side of the ice cream. Oh, are they good? They have chocolate ones and they have vanilla ice cream ones as well.
Bring it back. Hold on, bring it back.
That's the point. We haven't really done food for quite some time now. I mean, we talked about Gerrie's breakfast earlier, but that's and crisps. I guess we have done a bit of food. Yeah, we've been missing Gerrie a bit recently, so it's good to have him on this morning.
Bring it back.
Did I tell you about the ice cream I picked up earlier in the week? I went and I had an impulse buy at the grocery store.
Impulse buys
And,
never end well.
Oh yeah, no, this one ended okay. But so I bought this. It was a caramel extra creamy ice cream made by Tillamook, and
Okay.
whew, it's a good one. I didn't end up having any for the first night. I just put it in the freezer.
Are you
That was
sure
it.
it's
But then
Tillamook and not Tillamook?
might be Tillamook. I don't know. And probably Tillamook. That makes a little more sense.
Bring it back.
So then I finally I think about it. I think it might have been like 2 nights later, and I look, open it up, I see that a scoop had already been taken out of it. And I was like, oh, okay, Grace had some, you know. Usually she doesn't like caramel ice cream, but apparently she tried it. So or no, I know what happened. Yes. I ended up opening up the trash to throw something away, and I saw a scoop of ice cream in the
Is your
trash.
name Jim? No. Yes.
I saw a scoop of ice cream in the trash, and it was hardly melted. And I'm like, what happened here? So I'm like, I recognize that ice cream. That's caramel ice cream. So I go to the freezer, open it up. Sure enough, there's a scoop out of it. So I walk over to Grace, who's on the couch, and I'm like, what did you do? Did you just take a scoop out of my ice cream and just throw it in the trash? What's the point in this? And she was like, no, I ate some. I grabbed too much.
No, Dad, I
And I
just
was
wanted
like,
to show you how much I dislike it.
Yeah.
I just took a
All I could
scoop straight
imagine
out and threw it right in the trash.
There you go, Dad. I don't like your ice cream, but I still want to own some of it.
Wensleydale
Yes, no.
grommet.
I've had to adjust all of my food habits to, like, there's a certain flavor or type, certain flavor of chips that I would like to get. But if I get them, then especially in the summer, where I'm gone all day and Grace sits at home, I can come home and there's just an empty bag in the trash. So now I buy chips that aren't particularly my favorite, but I know that Grace doesn't like, and she won't touch them unless if she's absolutely desperate for a snack. And now I buy ice cream that isn't necessarily my favorite, but I know that she doesn't want to touch unless if she wants to throw it right in the trash.
Well, there's a shop up in Sister Bay called Made in Britain, and it only sells stuff that's made in the UK. It imports lots of stuff. I've been in there, and it was hard for me to not come out having bought the entire shop, but
My recent weakness is the pizza flavored Pringles. Those are so good.
right, 2 minutes to zoomies.
Which that's another one too. Grace does not like Pringles, so I like to pick up some pizza flavored Pringles
What
once
kind
in a
of
while.
child have you brought up?
I don't know. I'm thinking she'll grow out of it at some point, but for now it works for me. It works in my favor. It's a shame you have to live like this, though, you know? Afraid to buy things you like for your own house. But it has allowed me to pay attention to what I'm eating more and keep track of the things I buy that actually stick around for multiple days without being touched. I mean, there's moments I've gone to her room and there's a half a bag of my chips in her room, and I'm like, what is this? Those are my chips.
Mine now, Dad.
You confiscated them and moved them to your kitchen, which is not a kitchen, by the way.
Easy
You
what's
should not
it?
have food in your room.
Yes.
Are those like cheese balls?
No,
What are
no,
those?
I like cheese puffs.
Okay. So like
Yeah, I'll
kinda like
translate.
cheese balls. Yes.
The same kind of thing. They're just a different shape. They're kind of worm shaped rather than round. All right, there we go. Cool down. Yeah. Exit the workout here. Workout done. Let's quit the meetup and go for zoomies.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You ready?
All I want to do is the zoom, 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 and zoom, zoom. All right. I'm ready.
Coffee break enabled.
Engaged.
Here we go.
We're twitching, sir. Oh, come on, guy. All right, here we go. Funny, the faster that we go, the more my power starts going up.
75, 80, 85, 90, 105, 120, 140, 200.
Oh, very jerky. Ah, yeah, that one didn't feel right. There was too much jerking going on there.
Yeah, we need a good downhill. Got a little bit of one coming up here.
Wonder what we look like at this point. There we go. I think we've been let loose. Oh yeah, we're off to the races now.
And where else could you do 70 kilometers an hour at 105 watts? 90k.
Will we hit hyper mode?
I don't know, we've got 93 seconds left. Well, you've got your 25 miles in now.
Oh yes. Are we gonna get one zoom?
You can't climb in here. Pretty
There we
smooth
go.
right now.
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
We just flew past that guy who was doing a workout in red. He's doing his FTP test. Oh, that must be so demoralizing. I'm giving it everything I've got, and these guys just flew past me this morning.
I can't even give him a ride on. Figure that's the least I could do. Wow, this is definitely not going into hyper mode, that's for sure. Oh.
I mean, 150 kilometers an hour up Northumberland Ave. That's pretty good going.
We are going fast. I want to see the complete. Oh, here we go.
I've
The
only got,
last complete zoom.
only got 10 seconds left. 3:30. Here we go. We're off. We're off.
There we go.
2 seconds. 1 second. Coffee break over.
Let's see how long we can keep up 90 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty quick. I guess it's a good thing that it stopped before we got to the sprint, otherwise we'd get the cone of shame again.
Ah, yes.
There we go. Oops. No, don't.
That wasn't
don't
a
send
full
it to the
zoom,
end
but it
quite
was-
yet.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
All right.
really sweet.
I'm going to, I've got to hop off. So I'll pull the stream down. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time with the Friday ebb. So, we'll get ready quickly. Glad you got to see that, Nick. Bit of zoomy fun. All right. All right, Nick, appreciate it. Have a good weekend if we don't see you. Back in a few minutes. All right. See you shortly, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye bye.